Well, the article starts off quite lighthearted, talks about someone with quite a large collection of stuffed animals, which they said it was quite large, but I'm pretty sure I had a little bit more when I was a kid, and it sounds like your parents had way more.
Yes, they do. This is nothing to them.
Nothing. But good for you as well, because I still have a lot of my teddy bears with me. They came to Korea.
I've brought many of mine.
Oh.
And here, my handbag is a teddy bear. Look at polar bear.
It's technically, it's stuffed.
It's stuffed with my lipsticks and money and keys and stuff.
Not the traditional stuffing, but definitely more valuable.
Yes.
And it just lovely in that aspect, but it does take a dark turn, this article, when we look at a resort in Canada that has had trouble recently when one of their 3.6 meter tall taxidermied, stuffed polar bears were stolen right out from under their eyes. Unfortunately, there is no CCTV in this resort. Don't know why, but maybe there is now. It's probably a bit more backwoods, I'm guessing. And there were security guards that do go around the clock checking everything, but that day where the thieves planned this happened to just drop below -30 degrees Celsius, which is very cold in Fahrenheit, whatever that is as well. I'm not doing the calculations, you guys do it. And this caused the guards, per safety procedures, to have to stay indoors. And in this case, they were not indoors with the polar bear, they were indoors in another place. So the thieves, braving the cold themselves, not worrying about safety precautions as much, were able to take this couple 100-kilo heavy, super tall polar bear all the way away from the resort somehow. They don't know how, they don't know exactly when, they don't know who, but they do know that 2 raccoons have also been taken from the same resort in the past, not knowing if it was the same thieves or not. Yeah, raccoon's a little bit easier. Like, you could probably put your coat around it and just come off as a very large man or woman. But a polar bear is a little, like, you could hide in the polar bear. That's how big it was.
I see.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Why would you want to steal a taxidermied polar bear? Like,
and
why?
also, like, it's not like if you're trying to sell it, people will be like, hey, this is the 3.6 meter tall polar bear. Like, it's not a super common thing either, I assume, since it did cost a pretty penny. I think, what was it, 35,000 Canadian dollars. And so the local authorities have said, hey, if anyone tries to sell you a big polar bear, why don't you let us know? Also, since it is rare, whoever does happen to maybe purchase it will want to display it. And then people will be like, where'd you get that polar bear from? And they'll be like, oh, I bought it off these dudes. And they'll be like, okay, they'll go to the dude's place and find them. So why steal it? It must be just to put in like the bro basement. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
right.
Those places are like, oh, we did this.
Look what I stole.
Exactly.
It's a traffic cone.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a giant polar bear. And like, you know, show off to friends who might be the people who helped you steal it. I don't know, but yeah. Bro basement, though. That's kind of...
But 3 meters, like...
Yeah,
I guess it's a very
3.6.
deep basement to get
That's
it
true.
in.
Or maybe they saw it in half and have like the top coming through the floor.
To scare your mum.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah, maybe it was just the weirdest prank ever.
Who knows? Yeah. But in any case, the whereabouts of the bear are still unknown. The authorities are trying to cast a wide net, but it's a tall polar bear. It's going to turn up at some point unless they're literally hiding it somewhere forever until they die, you know. Anyways. Yeah. Or maybe they try to cross a border. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
They rent a little...
my bear.
Yeah.
Going across the border.
What are those called? The convertibles, and it's in the back seat.
See the bear sticking out of the car.
Oh, gosh. Now, in the UK, as in Korea mostly, are stuffed animals kind of a pretty popular gift? And when do you usually give them?
I guess, yeah, in this sense, stuffed animal refers to a plushie stuffed with, man-made, not the stuffed as in taxidermied.
Yeah. Not a real animal.
Taxidermy went out of fashion 100 years ago, maybe more
That's
than
right, Canada. Get it together.
But no, they are very popular gifts. Obviously for younger people, but I think also older people too. They like a cute toy. Sometimes people associate themselves with certain animals. Like my parents picked the bear, and so they're obsessed with bears. But I've known people, I really love whales, and they've got a ton of whale plushies and bears and so on, or I don't know, certain types of birds. Yeah, a lot of people get into stuffed toys.
Yeah. They're a nice thing to get into, and it's not offensive in any way.
Yes.
A doll room, not great. A room full of stuffed plushies and teddy bears, it's fine.
Yeah.
There's no hauntings there.
You can give them a cuddle,
Yeah. Now, have you ever experienced temperatures like in the article -30?
Yes, you know I have. I spent some time in Russia. There were many a -30 day in winter. It sucks, honestly, it sucks. You try and wrap yourself up warm, as the layers and layers, like no just average cheap gloves, no average cheap hat. You need the serious, properly made, well-insulated stuff. And even then, the face has to be out and it feels like you're sort of being stabbed. And because it's constantly snowing and then freezing over and everything is just slippy, no matter how many times they grit the road and try and keep digging up the snow, you're just sliding all over the place.
Wow. You should be on the tourism board for Russia.
It's not good.
Go during the summer.
Yeah, go in the summer. It's nice in the summer. +30 even in the summer.
Yeah, that's a wide switch, wide change. Yeah, I had a -50 in Celsius once, -55.
Oh, in Celsius?
Yeah, it was, well, I think it's 45 or 44 that it switches. Fahrenheit becomes lower than Celsius. It doesn't.
No one except Americans does Fahrenheit.
It's true. Anyways, it was a -50 something. I looked it up once, Celsius, but it was only for a couple days, not a whole winter.
Where?
Just America. There's like this hole in a sort of hole in the atmosphere that was pulling down the super cooled air and dumping it on our town.
Like that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, the super cooled air and everything.
Yes, like
The Day After Tomorrow.
I think that's I think that's it. It was Day After Tomorrow, but only that's 2 days actually. The day after tomorrow. Yeah,
The day after tomorrow.
Yeah. In any case, and that was super fun for that time. But all winter, ooh. Well, I will tell you some low-hanging fruit, and that is the vocabulary down below. Easy for you to pick. Get all those nice, yummy juices of English vocabulary all over you into your system, and you can use it anytime you want to have a good conversation. And we'll see you in the next article.
Round the clock.
Round the clock.
Plummet.
Plummet.
Bone chilling.
Bone chilling.
Abscond.
Abscond.
Whereabouts.
Whereabouts.